Hello and a very good morning to all our viewers. You're watching the morning news on CNN News 18 and I'm Shriya Kundu here to take you through all the top stories for the day from across the nation and around the world.
I want to make Karnataka a global Karnataka, a Karnataka with a peace, Karnataka with a progress, Karnataka with a positive approach.
बजरंग दल के लिए जो उन्होंने कहा है, एक बार कांग्रेस पार्टी हिंदू विरोधी पार्टी है, ये कांग्रेस ने साबित कर दिया है, इसके पहले भी साबित किया है।
आज हनुमान जी की पवित्र भूमि को प्रणाम करने के लिए आया हो, उसी समय कांग्रेस पार्टी ने अपने मैनिफेस्टो में बजरंग बली को ताने में बंद करने का निर्णय किया है।
We begin the segment with more developments and updates from the battleground in Karnataka. The political war simmers in the poll-bound state of Karnataka over Congress election manifesto. Yesterday, the Congress drew fire from the BJP after its manifesto promised to ban the Bajrang Dal in Karnataka, saying it promotes enmity. After which, the BJP slammed the opposition party and claimed that the party is doing appeasement politics. Now, BJP leaders took to Twitter to change their display picture by replacing it with an image of Lord Hanuman with the caption, "I'm Bajrangi." Reacting to this, the Congress hit back at the BJP, demanding Prime Minister Modi apologize for equating the Bajrang Dal with Lord Hanuman. Later, Vishwa Hindu Parishad also lashed out at the Congress for equating Bajrang Dal with the banned PFI in its manifesto.
मेरे लिए हनुमान जी की पवित्र भूमि को नमन करना ये बहुत बड़ा सौभाग्य है, लेकिन दुर्भाग्य देखिए, जब मैं आज हनुमान जी की पवित्र भूमि को प्रणाम करने के लिए आया हूं, उसी समय कांग्रेस पार्टी ने अपने मैनिफेस्टो में बजरंग बली को ताने में बंद करने का निर्णय किया है। पहले प्रभु श्री राम को ताने में बंद किया और अब जय बजरंग बली बोलने वालों को ताने में बंद करने का संकल्प लिया है। यह देश का दुर्भाग्य है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी को प्रभु श्री राम से भी तकलीफ होती थी और अब जय बजरंग बली बोलने वालों से भी तकलीफ हो रही है।
We're moving on to another story which was equally important, a development that had taken place yesterday, causing a mega political quake in Maharashtra. Nationalist Congress Party Chief Sharad Pawar yesterday announced his decision to step down as party chief. However, he said that he won't retire from active politics. The decision came during his autobiography book launch event in Mumbai. Later, a meeting of a committee of party leaders, which Pawar said should decide on the election for his successor, was held at Sharad Pawar's Silver Oak residence. The emotional party workers and leaders of NCP requested Sharad Pawar to withdraw his decision. Meanwhile, Pawar's nephew Ajit Pawar said Sharad Pawar has sought 2 to 3 days to think about the request from the NCP cadre. It is important to note this also comes amid speculations of Ajit Pawar being unhappy within the party and the rumours of him jumping ship to the BJP.
ऐसा है कि महाराष्ट्र के तमाम जिलों के जितने भी कार्यकर्ताओं से बात हो रही है, वो सब बोल रहे हैं कि पवार साहब का इस्तीफा हमें नामंजूर है। अगर एक कार्यकर्ता के हैसियत से आप मुझे पूछेंगे तो पिछले 35 साल वो आदमी देख के मैंने राजनीति की है, बाकी जिंदगी में मैंने कुछ नहीं देखा है। अगर वो जाता है तो हम क्यों रहे? और इसलिए उन्होंने इस्तीफा देना ही नहीं चाहिए। लड़ाई बहुत बड़ी लड़ाई लड़ रहे हैं हम। समंदर पूरा उग्र स्वरूप धारण किया है, हम उसमें तैर रहे हैं।
देखो, भारतीय जनता पार्टी को उनके इस्तीफे से कोई ना फायदा है ना नुकसान है। हर पार्टी का नेता अपनी पार्टी को बढ़ाने के लिए, जनप्रिय करने के लिए काम करती है। शरद पवार साहब अपना काम करते आए हैं। भारतीय जनता पार्टी विश्व गौरव, देश गौरव, गरीबों के मसीहा नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में ये देश अपना परिवार है ऐसा समझकर राजनीति करती है। पवार साहब की राजनीति उनका परिवार देश है ऐसा समझ के काम करने वाली उनकी राजनीति थी। इसलिए उनके त्याग पत्र की ओर देखने के बजाय जनता की सेवा करने में समय लगाना, यही भारतीय जनता पार्टी अपना कर्तव्य समझती है।
CNN News 18's political editor Maria Shakil spoke to Congress leader Prithviraj Chavan over Sharad Pawar's decision to resign as NCP chief and the impact it will have on the Maha Vikas Aghadi. Listen in.
You have been an important figure in Maharashtra politics, but someone who has been central to the state's politics is Sharad Pawar. For him to decide not to continue as the head of a political party he founded, what was your reaction when you heard it? Was it like a surprise or a shock?
No, I think it was certainly a surprise. For the last 15 days to almost 1 month, we've been hearing of some disquiet within the NCP. There have been news reports which were neither confirmed nor denied of Mr. Ajit Pawar having flown to Delhi to meet Mr. Amit Shah along with Mr. Praful Patel. This was neither denied nor confirmed by anybody. And so there is a decision of the Supreme Court pending. We are expecting that decision to come after the Karnataka voting, that is after 10th, because on 15th, the 2 justices retired. So after all this exercise that CJI had gone into about the Maharashtra's disqualification matter, between 11th and 14th, we expect the decision to come. Now, that would be a momentous decision because some of us very strongly feel that the Shinde group of MLAs, including Mr. Shinde himself, has violated the 10th schedule of the Constitution. And he can no longer remain an MLA and he can no longer remain a chief minister. So what will happen if that happens? If that doesn't happen, then Shinde Fadnavis government continues. Even if Mr. Shinde is disqualified, BJP and the remaining Shinde group will still have a majority. So is there a space for somebody like Mr. Ajit Pawar in the new dispensation? So this speculation has been rife for a very long time.
Yes.
And right in the middle of all that discussion, there's one other critical factor which I must mention. I'm in Belgaum now, I'm in Karnataka campaigning here.
Yes.
And I find that almost 40 people of NCP are contesting the election, who are contesting just to divide the Congress vote.
You've made an interesting
Indirectly,
point.
they're helping BJP.
You're essentially saying that NCP is contesting elections in Karnataka to help the BJP and defeat the Congress. Let me go specific in terms of Maharashtra politics. Can you imagine Maharashtra politics without Mr. Pawar? Many saw him as the architect of Maha Vikas Aghadi, someone who managed to get ideologically opposite sides in the Congress and the Shiva Sena on the same platform. I mean, and ensured that Uddhav Thackeray would be the chief minister, the Congress would agree to back it. Do you think that there would be no Maha Vikas Aghadi without Mr. Pawar?
Let me come here. Maria, you're free to call him architect if you feel. But this is the 3-party alliance, and all 3 parties had to agree to come together to form a joint government.
Well, we're moving down south again now, wherein the heat over the upcoming Hindi film The Kerala Story continues to escalate. Movie actress Ada Sharma, speaking exclusively to CNN News 18, claimed that she has received death threats for the film. Meanwhile, multiple petitions have been filed in Supreme Court demanding a ban on the release of the movie, calling it a ploy to malign the image of the state. Jamiat Ulema Hind has approached the Apex Court seeking a ban on the movie. The petition claims that the film is likely to cause hatred and enmity among different sections of the society. Another plea has been moved in the Kerala High Court seeking restrictions on the movie. While ahead of the release of the Kerala story on May 5th, CNN News 18's Anand Narsimhan spoke to its director Shudipto Sen, producer Vipul Shah and actor Ada Sharma on the controversy that has erupted over in the movie. Listen in.
Why do this story?
Because when Sudipto Dada narrated me this story, I was kind of in tears. And I thought that something so sad is happening to these girls. Our daughters are getting completely radicalized through a manipulated conversion and their lives are getting destroyed. And while living in this industry and living in Bombay, we have no idea. So how will the nation know about it? So this topic needs to be told to the whole nation, world. And some action has to be taken against this. That was the only thought with which we started. And we also decided that we're going to be absolutely focused on only the human tragedy part of it. We don't want to do any politics in this. We don't want anything else but the human tragedy at the center and heart of it. And we are going to make a very, very honest, very, very bold film. We are not going to shy away. We are not going to sugarcoat. And that's what we have made.
But the politics has already happened, Sudipto ji. People are asking, where did you come up with this 32,000 number? Now groups have announced 1 crore reward for anybody who can prove the 32,000 number.
I did not get time to tell people that number is actually not 32,000. It is more than 50,000.
Wow.
Now,
so you are upping the numbers. But what's the basis for it?
That is where I'm coming. The point is, the number is hardly matters here. After a point of time, you forget counting, 10, 15, 20, 100, 120, 200, then you forget counting. In the case of Kerala, exactly that is what happened. That now number does not matter. You are from Kerala, so you must be knowing. Kerala has an image that it's a beautiful backwater, lush green villages, and it's a photographer's paradise.
Yes.
But that whole story is confined into Kochi to Trivandrum. Nobody knows what is happening in the northern part of Kerala.
Let me ask you, what made you do the film? And did you go down, do the in-depth research? Are you convinced about what you've done?
Absolutely. There's not even an iota of doubt that it's not happening. Also because Sudipto sir has done 7 years of research. There's a lot of information available on the public domain also. I think that's why we're getting support from every part of the nation and even internationally, because this is happening internationally as well. It's not just in India. So no, I didn't have any doubts on the material, or whether I should or shouldn't do it also wasn't a doubt.
But there is also the backlash. So if there is support, there is also backlash. There are also those who are saying that you're backing a particular agenda.
Right.
You are... aren't you risking your career? Aren't you risking whether or not you're going to get more projects?
But I always wonder, the people who are saying that, would they say that if even one of their person was among the 32,000, or even if the 32,000 was 5 and they had one of their person in the 5 who was raped, drugged, impregnated or forcefully sent off, brainwashed, their mother, their sister, their daughter, I wonder if they'd say that it was an agenda even then.
We shall now slip into a quick break, but do stay tuned as we will be back with more news and updates shortly on the other side, right here on CNN News 18. Welcome back. You're watching the morning news on CNN News 18, and we move into our next story, wherein the wrestlers protest against the former Wrestling Federation of India chief Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh enters the 11th day today. Ace wrestlers including Bajrang Punia, Vinesh Phogat and Sakshi Malik continue to maintain that inaction by the authorities is the reason they were forced to come out once again to protest, and that they still find the investigation sloppy. Brij Bhushan, on the other hand, has alleged that Congress's hand is there behind this controversy. Meanwhile, apart from the political parties, student wings like SFI have also extended their support to the wrestlers. In fact, a march has been organized by the SFI in Delhi University in support of the wrestlers protesting and against Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. The march will be attended by Olympian Bajrang Punia today.
जैसे उन्होंने पहली बार जो भी मांग रखी उस पर सरकार ने उनकी मांग मानी, दो कमेटियां बनी, उनके कहने पर एक उन्हीं का आदमी उस जांच कमेटी में शामिल किया गया। उस कमेटी के माध्यम से उनको प्रतिदिन के घटनाक्रम की सूचना चलती थी। उन्होंने इंतज़ार भी नहीं किया और दोबारा धरने पर आ गए। अब सुप्रीम कोर्ट गए। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा एफआईआर दर्ज कर लिया जाए। एफआईआर दर्ज हो गई। दिल्ली पुलिस जांच कर रही है, तो जांच की प्रतीक्षा करनी चाहिए। अब जब वो नहीं जांच की प्रतीक्षा कर रहे हैं तो उसमें हम उनकी क्या मदद कर सकते हैं?
Now shifting our focus to a very different kind of story, wherein the shares of Jet Airways Limited continue to dip after CEO designate Sanjeev Kapoor quit the bankrupt airline amid the ongoing process of its revival. CNN News 18's Ridhima Bhatnagar spoke exclusively to ex-CEO designate for Jet Airways, Sanjeev Kapoor, over the crisis in the airline. Listen in.
First things first, with you stepping down, with you deciding to go, is this now an end as far as any revival plans for Jet were concerned?
No, not at all. I don't think anyone should come to that conclusion. The promoters are still very committed and they're very confident that they will be getting the airline back in the skies soon.
Now, considering the fact that you're saying that and we've spoken multiple times as far as the last year is concerned, somewhere around September or October, it almost looked like that everything is on track and the revival will be a matter of days, if not weeks. So where did it all go wrong then?
Right. So back in August or September of last year, we were ready to start operations by late October, early November, maybe into December, a few weeks here and there. The plan was to start with 3 aircraft, grow to 5 by the end of December, and to 12 or 15 by this summer, which is now. And things were progressing well. We had, everything lined up, all the contracts, all of the operational requirements, the IT systems, everything was lined up. But unfortunately, there was a surprise ruling from the NCLAT, which allowed some additional past claims to be added to what was to be paid or is to be paid by the new promoters, over and above what had been agreed as part of the bankruptcy resolution process, the NCLT process. And that actually, slowed things down because it was a surprise. There was uncertainty as to, the source of those funds and what does it mean. And, the entire purpose of bankruptcy is that you agree on what past liabilities you take on, and then you get a clean sheet beyond that. But if you have things added on after the fact, then obviously that poses great risks for the future. What else could come? Is there's a precedent that is being set here? But one thing led to the other, and I think essentially that addition and what are the implications? How do you work around that? How do you ensure that it doesn't open a Pandora's box of more additions and defeat the purpose of the bankruptcy code? Is what has held up the transfer of ownership of the airline. And until the ownership is transferred, you can't assume control and start the airline. I mean, everything was prepared by the team, but you need the ownership to transfer before you can start the airline. So that is where matters have been stuck. There have been appeals to NCLT, NCLAT, etc., and that process is sub judice still going on. But I believe that after all of this time that has passed, all of the discussions and negotiations that have gone on, there is hope. Promoters are confident that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and they will be getting control or ownership of the airline soon, following which they can resume their startup planning.
You know, Sanjeev, considering the fact you're seeing a lot of blood and sweat went as far as planning for the revival is concerned, the other important question is what really happens to employees who are still under Jet now?
Well, yeah, it is tough. It's not easy. So first, let's take a step back. You know, it would have been much easier for the promoters or for anybody for that matter who had funds available to start a new airline, right? Than try to do something which had never been done before, which is to revive an airline that has shut operations. But the promoters placed the bet or took on the challenge because of, you know, the legacy and the love for the Jet brand, the value that brand has. And also because of the hope that by reviving Jet, they can also give a second chance to the employees of Jet 1.0, as we call it, and you know, bring them back into the fold as the airline grows and make it a sort of a positive, happy, you know, conclusion for all. Bring a loved brand back, give jobs back to the employees as the airline grows, bring competition back in the full service space. All of that is what made the promoters, I believe, decide to try to revive Jet rather than start a new airline. What happens to employees now is that the hope is the airline still revives because everybody's better off from the airline reviving, all the stakeholders, than the airline shutting down, because if the airline shuts down or doesn't revive, then there's no hope for jobs to come back into the airline. But if the airline revives, then over time, of course, jobs will come back.
That's all for this segment. Thank you for watching, and to follow more news updates through the day, keep watching CNN News 18.